Hello, everyone. It is Sunday, September 8th. It is about 8:20 or something like that. And today is my first YouTube video. A little nerve-wracking because I don't always record myself. But hey, we're going to start something new and we're going to see some growth along with it. And yeah, we're going to do this. So, got my Caleb Williams jersey on, my GOAT, my QB, Chicago Savior. We need him. We need him bad. Um, and hey, big Bears fan here. Great game today. But yeah, so I kind of want to talk about like what this channel is going to be about and type of content that I'm going to post on here. I'm really passionate about basketball, school, what I'm in school for. I'm passionate about, like traveling, talking with friends, making a ton of different content. And the biggest thing that I'm going to be focusing on in my videos are going to be just like lifestyle content, like some vlogs, some things that I'm picking up, some things that I feel like would bring some value to other people's lives that I don't normally share. And I always think about, like I need a platform to do it. And what better is, YouTube than to do that. So, yeah, like I'm just passionate about being with my friends, and taking people along with me for the journey, and continuing to develop myself, continuing to build relationships with people, and being able to share content with you guys. So, yeah, that kind of leads me to kind of like the first thing I want to talk about, and that's gratefulness. And gratefulness to me is just being competent with what you have, but not in a like negative way. I'd say, positive way, and being able to accept what you have and who you are, and being, happy about what you have, and being able to realize all the things that you have in your life. So kind of, I feel like, I'm in a better position than a lot of people. And whenever I feel like I'm down, or whenever I feel like, almost like giving up at something, it's like I have a roof over my head. I have a loving family. I have so much support in my life. And I just, sometimes it's good to have that perspective, and it's good to realize that not everything is about you, and not everything is about, necessarily being negative. And, there's so many people that, might have it better than that, excel, can excel just like me. And I feel like that's something that is really admirable. And also with me being able to kind of digest these, parts of my life, you can become more present and more happy in those moments that you continue to have after. So I kind of, I have a lot going for me right now. Like I'm in school, like I'm young, I have my young age, and I have a lot of time. Even though people are like, you don't have time to do this, you don't have time to do that. I have all the amount of time I have is the time I have right now. So, I feel like I've been well lived so far, but I feel like there's so many other things that I want to accomplish, and there's so many other goals and dreams that I want to chase, and so many more people I want to meet, and things that I want to do along the way. Like this is this is really uncomfortable recording a video, but it's something that I want to do to get me to my next step and my next goal, and to just be a better version of myself. So yeah, I'd say that's kind of, why you should be grateful. And just a small small kind of introduction to gratefulness, because I feel like it's something I'll touch on more in this kind of channel. But yeah, I wanted to like introduce like, things I'm passionate about, type of content I want to make, being grateful for what you have, like Caleb Williams on the Bears. So grateful for him, praying he doesn't get hurt. But yeah, I wanted to introduce myself, and yeah. Well, actually, I also want to touch on something that has impacted my life, which is developing a relationship with God. It was actually brought to me in college. I'm a sophomore in college. I play basketball at Illinois College, and my freshman year, it was a lot of ups and downs. Like, there was a lot of battles I had to go through mentally, and also physically. On the practice court, you're playing against great players, and it's hard to keep up with them. But I think the biggest thing is perspective, and being able to know like you can control actually a lot of things, and within God's will. So, kind of January, I went to a Bible study with my coach, Coach Coleman. He's a really great guy, like so relatable. And from there, I kind of learned how to apply Christianity to basketball, and lessons from the Gospel John to basketball. And even though I didn't understand everything that was going on, I slowly developed I had a slow progression into faith and into my faith, because I'm kind of already an open-minded person, but I do take things with a grain of salt, if you will. So I slowly progressed into that, and I grew my relationship with God. I started reading the Bible a few months after that Bible study, picked it up, started reading it every night, picked up prayer, started praying. I kind of saw things in my life changing for the better, and challenges came, things happened to me that I didn't expect, and I feel like all of it was in God's will, and all glory to Him. Like, I'm in a much better position today than I was 6 months ago or 7 months ago, and I'm just very grateful for that. And after praying and things like that, like, I had a really good summer and just continued to build my faith. I actually met someone in a gym, just working out. We had great conversation about faith, and I was put onto a church, and I was kind of skeptical, because I felt like my relationship with God was something private, and I wasn't willing to step outside of my comfort zone to go, make it public with others. But the moment I stepped in, that church was the best church I could have went to. It's called Life Point Church. I already actually knew the pastor there. He used to train me for basketball, and still does. But it was just so like liberating, freeing to be able to celebrate God with people around me, worship God actually, and being able to learn. It was all just a learning experience and process, and I feel like having that ability to go step outside of my comfort zone just made me grow my relationship to God even closer, and it continues to grow and grow and grow. And so I had my relationship with God, found it to become even deeper in the church, and then I also kind of started to understand the Bible more. I talked to my pastor more and more about reading the Bible, understanding what it means. He read me through some chapters, and to me, I started picking it up more. I started reading it on my phone, which I feel like helped a little bit more. But also, after that, I started journaling, keeping a journal of scriptures and what I observed from the scriptures, and some prayers. And one of the first ones that I did was from August. And sorry. Sheesh, I've done a lot of these. Okay. Yeah, I haven't really missed a day, so... Oh my goodness. I might have to edit this out. Alright. So at the time I was reading 2 Corinthians, and it said, the scripture was 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17. Therefore, come out from among them, and be separate, says the Lord. Do not touch any unclean thing, and I will welcome you. To me, I kind of observed that this verse means to refrain from the way of the world and to separate from sin. By staying away from sin, we show we are committed to Him. And I applied this to my life. First, I started off by saying sin is inevitable. It is impossible to be completely perfect at all times. But for me, even if I do sin, it is about learning from the mistakes that I made and moving past them with Christ. The best way I can refrain from sin is staying consistent in prayer, studying the Word, the Bible, being accountable with other believers, and avoiding temptation, and repenting. So then I kind of wrote a prayer. I don't need to say that, but I started picking that up, and I feel like that really deepened my relationship with Christ, and it got me to the point where I can confidently say I'm a Christian. And it's, it's hard to, continue to build a relationship with Christ for other people when they don't exactly have the right encounter with it or experience with it. And I'm just so blessed to have a great experience with God and being able to come to Him. A lot of people will force it on you. I was not that way. It was not forced upon me. And that's where Christianity kind of gets a bad rap. Honestly, Christians do not have all the answers. It is faith. It is based on faith. And that is something that some people are not comfortable with, but that is something that I have surrendered. That is the outcome that I have surrendered. Like, being faithful and being just allowing myself to come to God and experience what He does for me, and in the end being faithful to Him, is something that I'm comfortable with. And for others it might not be that way, but for me it's definitely something that I kept learning about, and now I can confidently say that I built a strong enough relationship with Him to where I am a Christian. And yeah, it's amazing. Like, I had church today, and I kind of talked about what they were talking about was enduring tribulation. It kind of relates to my life right now, where I'm going through trials and tribulations at all times. And as long as you endure the tribulation, Jesus will grow. Your relationship with Jesus will grow. Don't hide. Don't cower. Endure, stand firm in the trial, and endure it. And it will strengthen your relationship with God and make you a better person in turn. And, it kind of talked about that a lot of people believe in Jesus but don't believe Jesus. And I kind of think that's something that is really relatable to me. Like, at first when I believed in Jesus, I was like, yeah, like, I believe He's God, and he does these things and all these miracles, and like can provide so much serenity and peace. But actually believing Jesus and listening to Him is a whole completely different thing. Like, listening to His messages, like when He tells you in the Bible, like, when there's an abomination standing in the desolate temple and He tells you to flee, you got to do it. Like, you got to run from it. You can't panic, endure. And like when he tells you to endure trials and tribulations, do not panic, do not settle for sin, like endure it, don't run, you know, do the best you can. And yeah, run from hell and into the arms of Jesus. Believe him. Stay on that faith journey because it is very rewarding. And yeah. Also, this kind of leads me into my goals. And I've been writing goals for a while. I've been writing goals since summer, really. It's September. Since summer, I've been writing goals. And actually, one of the goals was to start a YouTube channel. And I gave myself a deadline, like, you have to do it by this day. And today's the day. Actually, it might have been yesterday, but I still did it. So, feeling proud, feeling accomplished. But, you know, you gotta be solid. You gotta keep working. You know, I'm not gonna be perfect. These videos are gonna be kind of long, different. I don't know much about YouTube, how to make a channel. Kind of just going with the flow at this point. But yeah, like goals. So I think it's effective to have a journal and be able to kind of write down what you want. I'm not going to share all my goals, but you know, something good about this journal was it allowed me to reflect on what I didn't like about last year, but then it provided me with ways to how I can consistently be the best version of myself. And I like how it kind of has like different goals in here, and or different quotes in here, like, if you want to fly, you have to give up the things that weigh you down. And that is very much facts. And, you know, you gotta keep flying. But, come on. Let's find some goals. Okay, so some of the goals that I've made, there was a category, or just like concepts. So the category was giving and contributing. And I said, you know, for the year, the biggest thing that I can do to positively help others is to be kind and genuine with them. You know, a little kindness and positivity can always make someone's own mood shift. And when they're around you, they want to stay because of your energy that you put out. I feel like this kind of relates to confidence and kindness. Like, confidence and kindness are literally skills you can improve. Like, yes, they're personality traits too, but you can always direct your energy and effort onto certain things, right? So, I mean, I can always be generous with other people and offer an open hand to them. And I can maintain an attitude of treating people fairly. I feel like what I can provide at the ripe age of 19 is I can help people out with my time and love. Like, I might not have that much money, that's a goal, but I can help people out with material things, you know, when I have the money for it, but mostly with my time and love and my energy. And like, there's other things, like I want to volunteer at a Feed My Starving Children place. There's like love and romance ones in here. And like, you know, something that's important to me is being able to like build a family through faith. But also, there's so many things that I don't know what I want. And you have to be, you know, open-minded. I'm not going to go too deep into that. But then there's like creativity and learning. My first goal was I want to learn how to create a YouTube channel and make videos through a camera. Like, I want to get a GoPro, digital camera, Polaroid, and editing will be something that I want to learn as well too. So yeah, a lot of goals in here, a lot of goals to accomplish, a lot of goals to chase. And this leads me to my last point, which is like, treat life like a video game. You know, people can get so wrapped up in their day-to-day activities to where they feel like they're not in control, or like their boss is controlling them. They're, you know, these are important things, like having a job and being able to survive are very important things. But when you kind of lose that kind of freeness and that creativity with yourself, it's frustrating. And You know, by approaching life like a video game, I feel like as long as you know, video games like The Sims, The Sims is like a video game that people play, right? And in the game, you can create a house. You can, I haven't played in a long time, but like, or like Roblox or whatever. Create a house, buy clothes, have a certain job, role play as whatever job. You can do whatever you want. And I understand that in real life, like a lot of these things are much more complex than they may seem, like in a game. But it's really not if you look at it from like a objective viewpoint, because you still have the ability to control certain things. Like you may emotionally not be there, mentally you may not be there, but you can impact your life positively through doing whatever you want. You could go up to someone, be like on the street, be like, "Hi, how are you doing?" Like, you have free will. You can do whatever you want. Sorry, that was a weird example, but yeah, like you can go do yoga, you go do meditation, go run a hill, go eat food, go try something new. So, yeah, approach life like a video game. Do whatever you want within reason, and well, not within reason, but do legal things, whatever you want that's legal, and be yourself. Keep chasing your dreams. Keep chasing your goals. And let's go. Let's go.